Fantasy football family, welcome to the Fantasy with Sean, John, and Twan playoff edition this week.
Playoff edition. Hey.
So, if you haven't done so yet, please, y'all go ahead and follow us on IG, the Fantasy with SJT. Once again, the Fantasy with SJT, and also go on YouTube and also subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. It's Nation TV. So once we release updates, you guys can go ahead and get them as soon as we drop them, and let's get into it, y'all. All right, I'm gonna go first since my matchup didn't really matter what happened this week. I really didn't pay too much attention to my lineup this week because it was just a little. It meant a lot to Trevor to lock in that top seed.
Nah, he was good either way.
He was good either way.
He's playing for it. He was playing for the bye.
Nah. Trevor was good either way.
He was playing.
Hey, Trevor, you lucky because you always talk about divisions. If we didn't have divisions, you don't get the bye. I get the bye, but we're gonna move on. So yeah.
But the matchups, man. I mean, it was a shit show for my team. 18 from Watson, which I figured would happen with the tough matchup that he had, but he was solid due to the situation with Will Fuller not being in there. He put up a solid stat line, I would say. Clyde,
waste of a start.
Yeah, they said he was active. I don't know. Andy Reid just decided not to play him, but he was active for that game and didn't get a snap at all. So we gave you a goose. For some people,
I feel like they did that. I feel like they do that really just to fuck with fantasy people. People that play fantasy, they're like, nah, we're not. We're gonna say that he's active, but he's not gonna play a snap. So that's what they do. I feel like they did that on purpose.
And that was big for some teams too, because like people that's fighting to get into the playoffs, they had Clyde in there. I feel your pain. Like, hey. Then also David Johnson put up 10.4, got a touchdown, fell into the end zone. That's really what salvaged his day. He really didn't do much. Marvin Jones has been solid the past couple of weeks, 21.6. Gave me a solid stat line there.
Damn, I didn't even know he balled like that.
Julio,
I didn't know Devontae balled.
Did all right, did solid. Trey Burton didn't do anything. Coming off a solid week last week, I thought he would be more productive, but wasn't the case. And I slid Sammy Walkers in there. That was just like a putt play, really, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, I'm not in playoff contention, so it was just me throwing a lineup in there just to see what happened. Chargers D won. You know, we saw what happened with them this week. What, 45-0? So
yeah,
I'm surprised they got one. I'm surprised it's not a negative. Yeah. I'm surprised it's not a negative. So I mean,
did they score a touchdown?
No, it was a shutout.
What?
So I don't know where that.
They must have got sacks or something.
Yeah, it had to been sacks. Something.
I see no turnovers on there. Nothing. Yeah. What did they do to get 1 point?
I have no idea.
Should have been like -6.
Yeah,
they scored on the punt return. They scored on
the Chargers.
They scored on the field goal.
They didn't score at all.
I mean, the Eagles scored on the field goal block.
But that's still special teams, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
that's still special teams.
We had a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
I mean,
how the
Cam
fuck
only threw for like 60 something yards or something.
But they got 45 points against.
Cam never do much.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
He didn't.
That's crazy.
Then
I gotta look more into that one.
They blanked
them. Then Blankenship 6 points. I mean, which isn't bad in our league, but it wasn't enough. Trevor had Tannehill 27. Mostert didn't do nothing for him really. James Robinson's been solid all year. And
James Robinson, man.
That's probably had to be one of the biggest. Like,
that's the best. That's the best pickup all year.
All year, yeah,
for sure.
Undrafted free agent,
100%,
20 per week. Like, I mean, and a lot of times I will say that I had him on the buy low, sell high. I had him on there, but this guy is for real, man. Like next year, going into next year, he should be definitely. But he should definitely be low second round, high third round pick.
But that's only if they keep the same coach. If they switch coaches and fire the coach, I don't think it would be the same.
I mean, why? I don't see them getting another running back because he's an undrafted free agent.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna get another running back, but it's the next coach gonna use him like like the coach
78 in the tug.
No, I'm saying it's a whole different offense with a rookie running back. It's the next coach gonna use him the same way that this coach is using them. You got to think about that, like,
too, though.
but you got to
He
think about
does.
that.
And then I think
he's a good player, but I think right now they're using him the perfect way.
And
I
then,
just don't know if the next coach is going to do the same thing. And I don't know if, like, it's been in fantasy, you see players come around, like, they have 1 year, like, they ball out and then don't do nothing the next year.
Who?
So are you taking him in the second round next year?
Like who?
Nah, it's people.
It's people.
No,
but yeah, based off of everything that James Robinson has done this year,
even like Devontae Freeman.
I'm taking him next year.
Even like Devontae Freeman.
If he's there, you're taking him.
But look, even like Devontae Freeman. Has Devontae Freeman ever lived up to his first year hype?
he hasn't.
No.
He hasn't.
That first year?
No,
bro. That first year, he was doing whatever. Running he was like top 10 back in the league.
Okay, so the question is, are you drafting James Robinson if he's there, low second, high third?
If they keep the same coaching staff, yes.
It depends on who's on the board.
They change it around.
They change if they don't have the same head coach, offensive coordinator. No, I'm not taking him.
All right,
They're trash right now.
Random question.
They for sure are not going to have the same coaching staff.
Would
Okay,
you?
so no.
So you're saying no?
I'm passing on them.
Would you pick Clyde Edwards-Helaire over James Robinson or
No.
James Robinson?
I mean, I would pick Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, I'm picking Clyde over James Robinson.
Levy won't be there next year.
But see, you're doing. But look what James Robinson's doing, and you're thinking about doing that, and Clyde's not doing nothing. He's balling.
Who's his backup?
Who? Clyde? Who? James?
TJ Yeldon?
Who knows?
TJ Yeldon. That's what I'm telling you. Like it's TJ Yeldon.
No,
Like,
TJ Yeldon is not on the
James
Jaguars
Robinson-
no more, bro. He's not on the Jaguars no more. He's not.
No, not TJ Yeldon. Chris Thompson.
Yeah.
He hasn't touched the field.
So
are
you taking James
When
Robinson?
Clyde
over?
Edwards-Helaire's healthy?
Mm.
Le'Veon Bell's out there.
So who are you taking?
Difference.
You just say you taking
big
Clyde.
difference.
You say you
I'm
taking Clyde
because Nick Clyde's a better player. He's a better backup. They don't need him as much as the Jaguars need James Robinson. That's what I'm saying.
So why would you
All
take
right,
Clyde?
We'll move forward with our matchup.
If they need James Robinson,
Because Levy's not going to be on the team next year. I just said that. Levy's not going to be on the Chiefs next year.
so you think Clyde's a better player?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't think that? What are we talking
Yeah, we only got to go through the rest of that matchup. That shout out to Trev. Shout out to Trev. He won 121 to like 78, 79, 77. So shout out to Trev on that one. Next we got Twan's matchup.
All right, man. So this is my matchup right here. Hey, shout out to Kylie. I will do this. Hey, shout out to Kylie. You know what I'm saying? Kylie came through. He handled business, man. I thought I had Kylie too. I thought I had Kylie going into this week, but you know what I'm saying? For those that follow, I do have something to say.
You see the record.
You see, I snuck into. I actually got into the playoffs based off of points. You know what I'm saying? I got a hater to my right. I have a hater
for sure.
But of course, because I'm playing in week 1, and you never know. But anyway,
it's gonna be a good one.
So, but I do want to say this. It is 100% that the best player in fantasy is going to play me every single week. I'm about 80% sure that this is going to happen week in and week out.
Hey, it happens every week.
So
it's crazy. It's crazy.
If you look at the schedule, if you're a betting man like myself, I'm just going to highlight Darren Waller, and I'm gonna highlight Darren Waller.
Fuck everything else.
Darren Waller had 38.5 every single week. Somebody goes off against me and has the highest. It's not that somebody has a huge game. Oh, he had a huge game.
Yeah, 26. No,
he had a huge game. He had a huge game and top his position in points every single week, week after week, week over week. It happens to me. If you're a betting man, I play Sean next week. You want to put your schedule up here, man. You want to put it up there for the over-unders.
Hey, playoff week, Eric. Hey, you in the playoffs? You made it?
But, I mean, we go down the list. Like, Pat Mahomes versus Kirk Cousins. Pat Mahomes didn't do what he's supposed to do. He had a lot of touchdowns. A lot of touchdowns was called back. A lot of touchdowns wasn't recognized. It was a sloppy game.
It was a sloppy game.
It was sloppy. Like, come on, man. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I do want to take this question real quick. Sorry,
Bobby
Herbert,
Smurder.
Kamara, Swift, Jefferson, Thielen,
Thielen,
Kelsey,
Kelsey,
D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Go. Oh, you got a nice
And
squad.
Meyer, top 10
Top
league.
10. How
What
do
he
you
said?
think it
I
looks?
think you look good. I think you look good, Smurder. I think you can do the smoney on him out there. You know what I'm saying? I think you definitely need to hit the smoney on him. But for real, like, hey, you got a nice little squad going in. Kelsey's guaranteed, man.
Guaranteed.
Kelsey's number one.
Yep.
D-Hop is number one. Got the Colts strong performance last week from the Colts defense. You got Myers. That's your kicker. You got Thielen.
Yeah,
you're a bet man.
Look good.
Like what we talking about right
Look
now.
good on paper.
You need to put your money on Thielen. Have a
Look
good
good on
game.
paper.
Thielen or Jefferson, like they both eat. I have Kamara, so there you go. I think Kamara has a big game. You got Herbert and Swift.
Herbert's going against Atlanta.
You need to show me who you're playing because you got a dub.
Yeah, because look, my man Bobby Smurder got another one.
Hey, Smurder. Hey, dude, that's hey, you got him, bro. You got him for sure. You got him for sure there.
He said
man.
we don't have a deadline, so should I trade anyone or keep everything the way it is? Keep everything the way it is.
Keep it the way you got it.
Don't trade nobody right now.
Keep it for sure. Keep it for sure. You got
it. Don't trade nobody. Yeah, but I'm saying
he doesn't need to make no trade. Right there,
he has great matchups. I think Herbert comes back big after the dismantling. They took 45-0 to New England Patriots. I think that he has a big week this week. So definitely keep your lineup the way it is. I mean, you got the other guys in your lineup are studs. I just told you about the Colts defense. You got Josh Myers.
Hey, you might want to bench the Colts defense this week, though.
Nah, I doubt it. So, I mean, we go back to my matchup. I mean, Robert Woods did his thing. I don't want to talk about James White. He was a fill-in. I thought he was going to do his thing, but Damian Harris is the better back. Kamara had 16.7, but I'm all over the place with my roster. But at the end of the day, Devontae Parker at 5.5. He got ejected for holding down the squad. But Justin Jefferson had 22.8.
Hey.
You know, he had a huge game. That Jacksonville game was kind of a shootout. Hunter Henry had one. They got dismantled by
that was just
dismantled
by. That's just a bad game for
them. It just was. It was a really bad game. Darren Waller, like we said, player of the week in fantasy all across the board. If you had Darren Waller on your team, 9 times out of 10 you won. Le'Veon Bell started the entire game, had 6.5. I know my man over here is loving it.
Hey, I ain't gonna talk about Le'Veon.
It's nothing else to talk about, really. No. It's really nothing to talk about. Like Levy, at this point, I had to succumb to you are who everybody thought you were, and I just got you in there as a plug and play. It's not plug and play. I can't really get into depth there. CD, I can't. As much as I do, Like I'd be like, damn, I wish I could run those in for you, man. Like I want to, but I can't let me. So it is what it is, you know. CD Lamb had a decent game last night, 6 catches, 46 yards. The Saints defense is playing out of this world right now. The Saints defense is actually producing solid. I'll take the 7 that they gave me. Based off the matchup, Atlanta's, even though they've seen
Atlanta a tough matchup. Atlanta defense,
always.
You never know what they're gonna give you.
I'll take the Saints defense all day in the paint. I like the Saints defense right now.
Came over to the other side. Came over to the other side. The table is turned. They look a lot better.
If y'all watch First Take, then y'all know that Ryan Clark agrees with me. Saints defense is the best unit in football all across the board right now. Yes, offense or defense, the Saints defense is the best unit in football. The Pittsburgh Steelers ran into the Washington football team. Is what it is. They got dubbed. All right, so
shout out to our team too. That's our team. Washington football team. That's our team. You know, we're gonna.
I was talking bad about the Washington football team earlier, but I've been a football team fan. I mean, I've been a Redskins fan all my life. So don't try to say, oh no, you was talking. No, I'm gonna talk bad about them when I want to. Well, that's been my team for 25 years. Like, come on, man.
Sips drink.
Come on, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, Young Way cool. Next year, I'm gonna tell y'all about this. I want to boast about my man Young Way right now because Young Way cool. I think everybody will agree. My man is the best kicker in fantasy.
Yeah. Every time I look up, he kicking the field.
Young Way cool. You need to get Young Way cool, and it's not even. It might not be all Young Way cool, it's more of a product of Atlanta's offense.
Yeah.
They just can't score touchdowns. And it's Young Way to get the benefit. He's the beneficiary of all this. He's knocking down field goals. If you have Young Way, cool. He won me more than enough games this year. I'm happy to be in the playoffs. I was 6-7. I snuck in. I played my co-host right here. You know what I'm saying? My man.
Don't be a good one.
Good matchup next week. We're gonna roll to his net. He's gonna roll to his matchup.
Can we get a question real quick? Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Start CEH or Miles Sanders?
I'll start CEH. Miles Sanders plays New Orleans show, and that's period. Matter of fact, I'll pause this. The Chiefs play Miami, but I will pause this and I will let Sean answer this question because he has Miles Sanders. Who you starting?
I mean, I'm starting CEH. Miles Sanders over the last 3 weeks. I don't know what the Eagles are doing out there. They're starting a rookie quarterback this week. It's like you don't know what's going down with the Eagles, man. They have a terrible matchup in New Orleans. It's not like it's a good matchup. It's a terrible matchup.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that
So
one.
I would take
CEH
Edwards
as well.
I'm gonna start Clyde.
I'll take CEH, even though he shit the bed this week. He ain't do nothing, but he's gonna be back ready to go next week. And Miles Sanders, like you said, it's just been. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of Howard out there. I'm seeing Scott out there.
I mean, yeah.
You think so, Steven?
There,
you think so?
Hey, shout out to Kylie, man.
You
hey,
think
you got
so?
the dub. You got a great dub last week. I will tell you this, Kylie. Like I said this. shout out, bro. You handle business, bro. You got me out the way. You
going Miles, Steven, like
bad about myself
100%, or are you just talking shit? You never know with you. Let's get a real answer. Fuck that.
I feel you, Steven. I feel you.
We're gonna roll over to Sean's matchup next.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Sean had a good week.
Honestly, people out there, I don't care about this matchup. It didn't do nothing for my. We in the playoffs now. This win didn't do nothing for me, but made me 10-3. That's it.
The game had to be played.
It had to be played.
Yeah.
It made me 10-3. It was some outs, but the outs didn't go my way, so I didn't get to buy. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go with Kyler Murray.
I don't agree with my.
I don't know. Kyler Murray has not been doing it for me these last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's the shoulder. I don't know what it is. But we're in the playoffs now, and I need it this week. So Kyler Murray, if you can hear me, I'm sending one up to Kyler Murray this week. Sending a prayer. Hopefully it finds you. Like I need you this week. Dalvin Cook. It was a lot of crazy things that happened in this Vikings game. Dalvin Cook on the one. He gets the carry. He fumbles. Well, he didn't fumble. They exchanged on the handoff. They fumbled the handoff. No touchdown.
Because he sucked.
No touchdown.
That's what Kylie said.
Then again, bitch.
Hold on. The question. Do you guys think I should go?
I see Bobby Smurder.
My bad, bro.
Do
you guys think I should go after MT? He getting 40% of some of the targets.
Who you trading for MT? Who you going to trade?
Who are you trading?
Who you going to trade?
We don't know your team or anything.
Yeah, we need to know your team. We need to see your team. Who are your receivers for we trying to go? We already know you got Thielen. Who else is your receivers?
Yeah, Bobby, go
Dalvin Cook.
Hit us back up.
Go back to Dalvin Cook in my matchup.
I like Dalvin, man.
In overtime, he gets the ball 8 straight times. Gets to the 1, and the Vikings have a false start. So now they kick the field goal for the win in overtime. They weren't even going to kick a field goal because that game, what's that kicker?
Dan Bailey.
Dan Bailey. He missed 2 extra points and a field goal. So they were going to run it in with Dalvin Cook, but they kicked the field goal. So this is the playoffs this week. I can't have that this week.
Yeah.
Like I can afford that last week. Like it didn't matter. But this week, if they're on the 1-yard line, I can't get a false start. Kyler Murray can't not score touchdowns or run the ball. Like, then we're going to move to Miles Sanders. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know what the Eagles are doing.
Kylie, I hope you're right. Everything you're saying.
He's
right.
He's averaging, like, Miles Sanders, like, yards per carries is up there, but they're not getting the ball. Yeah, Thielen does the gritty too. So hope you're talking about that. Yeah. Fuck you mean. But yeah, Miles Sanders, I don't know. I don't even know if I can start him this week. Right now, he's on my bench. So I'm like, I don't know. I can't trust him in the playoffs. I cannot. 3.1. You saw what he did this week. Adam Thielen continues to score touchdowns. That's what he does. 12. Yes, 12. He has 12 touchdowns right now. Like, yeah, you want the yards, but he had 8 for 75 in the touchdown. I'll take that. 8 receptions. So Thielen, if you can hear me, continue to score. Take those long plays away from Jefferson. You know, I want them to get down the field. So, because I got Cook too. So Jefferson, you can get him down the field. Just let Cook score. Cook or Thielen.
And I think
touchdowns for Jefferson.
I think Bobby Smurder agrees with you as well, but he had Thielen and Jefferson. So
start them both. You can start them both.
Agrees with you halfway on that. But I see. I mean, you got, but Bobby, your wide receivers are good. I don't think
you got
need
hot
to go
too?
after to get. Yeah, you got hot.
Oh no trades.
You
No
got
trades,
hot, Jeff Thielen. Like, yeah, you don't need to make a trade.
Not one trade.
Go
You're
with what
good.
you got.
And you got Gaskin on the bench.
Yeah, no
solid.
need to make a trade, bro.
You play in a 5-man league.
All right, y'all.
Stop.
So what we gonna get into?
Look,
man?
we're gonna move to Cooper Cup.
Squad, bro. You don't
Look,
need to trade
Cooper
nobody.
Cup, 11.3, 8 for 73. I need Cooper Cup to get in the end zone. Last year, he was the touchdown guy. Yeah, 11 touchdowns last year? This year, he can't find the end zone. It's been Robert Woods.
I'll take it.
And I'm playing this guy, so I can't have that shit. Cooper Cup, find the end zone. Kyle Rudolph, that's not my guy. I got Mark Andrews. He was out with COVID. So I'm going to move past that. Jarvis Landry, stepping up when I need him most right now. 8 for 62 in the touchdown. Last week, he had a touchdown. His first 2 touchdowns all year came the last 2 weeks.
The Ravens next week.
The Ravens are tough. But you saw what the Cowboys did to them. They were moving the ball. Like, you can't run on the Ravens. But I think they can throw on the Ravens. And Jarvis Landry, he's going to get his volume. He's going to get targets. Like, I don't need Jarvis to go crazy. I need him to catch passes. Like 7 for 80. Even if he don't score a touchdown.
Yeah, 7 for 80. And hopefully gets in the end zone.
Even if he don't score a touchdown.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's still solid. That's still solid. Yeah,
but that's what Jarvis is getting back into what Jarvis does. Is with catching passes. Like, he had the hip injury. He was hurting he was always limited in practice with the hip. Odell went out. The game Odell went out, the next 3 games was windy, raining, snowing. The 2 games without Odell, that was good weather. You saw what he did. Like, so Twan he's second guessing Jarvis. That's my.
Of course, I play Sean next week.
That's my flex.
And we're gonna get into this. We gonna get
into
it. Once he finishes, we're gonna get into it.
But Jarvis, like, if the weather's good, Jarvis is gonna get his because he's the guy. Like, yeah, it might be people that had big plays last week for the Browns, but Jarvis is the guy that's gonna get the catches, the go-to guy.
You said if the weather's good.
The 3 games he played, Twan, come on. It was raining. They had to delay one game. It was raining so bad. You remember that? They delayed a game. When you delay a game in the NFL, it's bad.
Before you take my head off.
Come on, man. Like, what don't you see about Jarvis?
Disagreeing.
Okay.
I'm just asking you a question as our moderator.
Yes.
Because I just want to know when the weather is good, because it was at Tennessee. It's better than it is in Cleveland. I'll tell you that. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
I think in the cold weather game,
I'm not talking about cold weather. We're talking about rain and wind.
Cool. So next week,
cold weather, like NFL.
Where do they play next week? Ravens or do they play at? We'll see in a second.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Solid performance.
Seahawks defense solid. They didn't recover a fumble for me in the end zone. The easiest recovery. I'm glad. I'm so glad.
We'll get into this though.
Oh yeah,
we gotta get into
it. Hey, Steven, stop it.
Hey, we gotta get into this.
Hey. But I had Seattle's D.
We gonna get into it.
Hey, Chewy, this hot.
Hey.
I see you, Smurder.
Hey, Seattle's defense. Seattle's defense.
Hey, Kylie.
Seattle's defense.
We're gonna see it in a second.
Picked up Seattle's defense. I dropped my kicker because in our league, it's is crazy. Like this is not a joke league that we play
It's
in.
not a joke.
It's
Like
not.
we have
It's not.
25
It's not.
moves. I was at like move 21.
We here every week.
I was at move 21.
Games.
I dropped my kicker to pick up the Seattle's defense because the schedule was so good. They played, So they played New York this week. They played the Jets next week. The two New York bum ass teams against Toronto, But I like Seattle moving forward. They put up 11 for me. My man Bass, like I said, I had to drop the kicker, drop Myers last week.
Okay, put the matchup up there.
What do you mean? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's
You putting the matchup?
These no young boy cool.
What matchup?
Talk about it. So come on.
2-3.
That's great.
We going
2-3.
We gonna get into y'all
2-3.
matchup. We gonna get into it. Y'all going
2-3.
We gonna
get into the matchup next week. That's what we're gonna do.
We can get into
We're gonna get into the matchup next week.
Look,
I want everybody to see. I want people to see it.
You want?
We can do.
Okay.
We can do the matchup.
That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. But it is what it is.
Hey,
Nah, we got to get into that matchup. Once we get through the waivers and all that, we're gonna come back to that matchup coming up. So we can get some before game action with them going back and forth, and then we're gonna see who was right, who was wrong, who came out on top next week.
Yeah,
So I definitely got to get into that against y'all.
Down.
But
Yeah, we did that.
Yep, we did that.
Man, Smart.
The shout out to Smart. I mean, he being real active on it.
Smart
We
is
need a lot
active.
more of y'all to be
Yeah.
active. Kylie's
Jarvis
always
right
active.
there.
Jarvis on the come up. All right,
Yeah.
bro, talk your shit.
Hey, talk your shit.
Who you talking about?
I don't know what you talking about.
Shaw shook, so I already know. I know. Hey, bro, that's why we need to show the matchup. We need to show the matchup.
We gonna
Don't
get
let
this
Steven get you know how Steven. He trying to talk. He trying to start shit. Yeah,
It's low key 50-50.
I wouldn't say that, but it's about 60-40.
It's a close one.
It's
It's a close
60-40.
Close one.
It's a close one. I will say that.
My man,
It's 60-40.
It's a close one. Bro.
I mean, he's on the inside looking out, so we're not taking his opinion.
Outside
this
looking
week.
in.
Hey, you know what? Outside looking in, we're not taking his opinion this week.
I got a fishing rod.
He's done.
Ready
If he's
I
not
got
for
two
me,
fishing rods. Somebody going.
if he's not for me,
Somebody will join me.
hey, if he's not for me this week, if he's not for me this week,
man, who you put your money on? Neither one.
I can't.
if you're not for me this week,
You don't know. Hey, Mac,
Oh.
Mac, I know you seen it when I said this to you. What'd you say? Like, damn.
uh,
It's all like there. It's a play away. We a play away. We're a play away.
all right.
Unfortunately,
You said,
I'm-
all right. Like, you got it in the bag.
Who said I had it in the
You
bag?
got it in the bag.
Who said I had it in the
We
bag?
gonna see, man.
we gonna
Hey,
see,
my nigga,
man.
we gonna see.
We gonna see, man. I mean, yeah, we gonna see.
bro.
All right, we
Hey,
gonna
look,
see.
I snuck in.
I just got a fishing rod ready for whoever. Got one fishing rod ready for one of y'all, man.
Look, nigga, this is it.
Golf club. We gonna
This
do.
is it. This is what we do.
Hey,
This is what we do.
everybody out there,
This is what we
it's
do.
crazy that it came down to this first, like week one,
Week one.
Me and Twan. First
Like,
time doing the podcast,
what it is.
everything, and it's me versus this guy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Like,
It came down to this.
I gotta talk about this next week.
It came down to this.
You think we're gonna be front and center for all these games, every single play?
Everything.
I'm
I'm not missing the
play.
play.
Offense, and my guys are not.
Nah, I probably go downstairs,
Let me change the
get my
channel to
mind
channel
off it a
9.
little bit.
And whoever
I just want to see it early.
and whoever loses needs
I
to
wanna
come
see it.
on. No ducking and dodging the questions. Whoever loses needs to
I
come
wanna
on
be
the
out.
show
Holmes and Kyler at 1 o'clock.
and take it. All right, y'all. We're gonna move forward, y'all. We're gonna get into the
I
waiver
like
wire,
that.
y'all.
I like my one.
We go-
Wait on it.
Like my one. I want to see it.
I need seven points from Dalvin. Who's out there? Tampa Bay?
7?
Tampa?
That would never happen.
7.7.
But definitely,
A bad week for Dalvin is 15.
but definitely though,
Come on,
congrats.
man. That's the floor.
Congrats to both of y'all holding it down.
That's
and
the
getting
floor,
into the
Tweez.
playoffs.
You know that's the
Appreciate
floor.
that, John.
Definitely,
Number one running
congrats
back.
to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, John.
Because it ain't easy to get into the playoffs in our league. Y'all already
Hey,
know.
Chuck P, welcome.
Hey,
He said, "Let me see the matchup.
Six straight.
Let me see the matchup."
Six straight, bro. Yeah, he wants to see the matchup.
Hey, let my man say.
Oh, Twan always ducking on Sunday. I called you on Sunday.
Hey, Steven, he be.
Oh, Kylie.
Nah,
I
he
called
came
Kylie on
through.
Sunday.
He came through on Sunday, Steven.
Exactly.
I hit
Oh.
Steven up. He no answer. You know how Steven do.
And Kylie told me he was coming here on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's why I hit him. I was like, you about to come, you about to go through P
You know how Steven do.
Like, what are you saying? I wonder why scared. Yeah, nigga left his bottle. He can give me a bruise, left his bottle opener in the car and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be breaking and driving out the motherfucker. But still, like,
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
they're going to match up right there.
They're going to match up.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it. Matter of fact, I got you. Oh, I got you, cuz. You want to do this?
Hey,
This is it. This is it. This is it.
Nah, put it on there.
Facts. Let's go. All right, let's go. Hold on.
They're going to match up.
Pat Mahomes versus Miami. Pat Mahomes at Miami or Kyler Murray at New York. Who y'all got?
I'm taking Kyler Murray.
Of course.
That's obvious.
Hey,
that's obvious.
Of course.
I'm taking Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. I'm
Hey,
taking Pat.
look, they 6-6, lost 3 straight. They need Kyler Murray to step up this week.
This
is the week.
Leave it up.
This is the
Leave it
week.
up.
This is the week.
This is the week. This is week 1 of the playoff. Let's go, Tweez. Look at my man Reezy. Let's go, Tweez. I need to beat you, nigga. That's how it has to be.
Oh, hey, y'all hear this? Hey, y'all hear this?
Better game. Let's go.
Y'all hear this?
Okay.
Of course they gonna go for 2 years.
I'm gonna talk my shit.
Hey,
I'm always gonna talk my shit.
All right,
And
I will.
hey, quarterback. Hey, you know why he wants that?
Yeah, real talking shit.
Exactly.
Real talking shit.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
But
All
I might have to go Patrick Mahomes on that one.
right.
Because I don't like how Kyler Murray's been playing the past couple weeks,
All right,
and then the
all right,
Giants
all right.
defense
We're gonna go to
has been playing better.
All right, John. All right. I respect that.
So
I
I'll give
respect
it-
that. I respect that.
I'll give
We're
you
gonna
the
go. We're gonna go Alvin Kamara at Philly, or we're going Dalvin Cook at Tampa Bay. Who y'all got?
Dalvin, Taysom Hill about to play.
Of course,
again.
he's picking all his players. I'm picking all my players. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this
Taysom
back
Hill
and forth.
about to play again.
We're gonna do it.
Come on,
We're
man.
gonna do it back and forth. Let's go. Who y'all got?
Take
think
the
that's
number one guy.
I think I
Dalvin
would.
Cook scares me. He scares me too, Reese.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Bro, Dalvin Cook, bro. If y'all looked at the preseason rankings when we first got into it,
Yeah, Steven said both y'all first picks are coin flips. I agree.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I agree
It's
because
really like
those are like 1, 2,
it's
1, 2.
low-key, like Patrick Mahomes, number 1 quarterback. Kyler Murray's the number 2 quarterback.
Mhm.
Alvin Kamara's the number 2 running back. Dalvin Cook's the number 1 running
Yeah.
back. It's really like it's a toss up either way. Those
Mhm.
guys are going to have big games or not. It is
Mhm.
what it is. Who's going to come out on top in those 2 games? All right, RB3. I'm RB2 or the second spot right there. I'll give it to Sean.
I'll go Gio.
or Miles Sanders.
Or Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders is going to have a better game than
Mhm.
Jamal Williams. I mean, Eric. I gotta disagree because I got Kamara, but I'm scared of Cook, Eric. All right.
Yeah, I probably have to go Cook as well. on
Hey,
that.
Mr. Toxie, I see you out there. But look, I'm scared.
This is great. It's set up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
It needs to be like this.
All right.
This is how
We
it
going,
is.
who we going?
John, we're gonna get John's advice on this. Who you think on the next one, John? I'm gonna do
Now we're
this.
going wide
I'ma do this.
receivers, Robert Woods.
No. I gotta do Chris Godwin versus Adam Thielen. Only reason why I gotta do this is because Robert Woods could play tomorrow night. So Chris Godwin or Adam Thielen. Who you got, John?
I'm gonna go Adam Thielen, dog.
All right.
I'm gonna go Adam Thielen.
All right. And
I think
I agree. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? All right. I agree. Only reason why I agree is because Adam Thielen is the red zone target. You know what I'm saying? What you think, Sean? What you think?
I'm gonna go.
Fuck what you
I'm
think.
gonna go Chris Godwin. I'm gonna go Chris Godwin.
Fuck what you think.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna have Thielen all day. I'm the fucking week.
Every week.
Any day of the fucking week.
Every week. I mean, we're gonna go back and forth. That's
Yeah,
what
God-
it's so fun.
Godwin
man.
and Cup is a coin flip. That's 50-50.
Mhm.
Oh, Woods.
No.
Woods. Woods
Wood.
and Cup is coin
Who
flip.
y'all got?
Yeah.
Robert Woods? Y'all got Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp tomorrow night against New England?
Coin flip.
This
bruh.
is big. This is big. This is
Robert
big.
Woods
I'm
versus
gonna-
Gilmore. Gilmore's gonna be on Woods.
New England.
That's a fact.
Blanked.
Yeah, New England defense shows something.
Hey,
special.
Chuck P.
Look. Hey, Chucky, I like you, Chucky. Because
It's
I got
even.
a shot.
Oh,
Hey.
in fantasy football, you always have a shot.
No,
You always got a shot.
No,
bro. Yes,
no
you
week,
do.
no week more than this week. Do I have a shot?
So you think this is the best week you have a shot?
Yes.
This is real close.
I think this is it. This
All
is
right.
crunch time football. If
I'm
you lose
not-
this week. Are you going to want to be here next week? No.
I gotta agree with Chuck
I'm
P.
gonna be saddened. gonna be saddened.
Chuck P is right. I think what everybody else
I hope
said,
so, Kylie.
the matchup is
Hope
even.
so.
I just
I
don't
hope they'll
know.
hear you.
I don't know who's going to win this matchup. I wish that both of y'all the best of luck, but it's even, man. I don't know, man. It's going to be a close one. And you even go down to the tight end.
So they're not
Let's
going
go to the tight end.
They're not going to keep on Robert Woods.
Hey.
Like what? That makes no sense to me.
Hey, John. Let's go to the tight end.
Oh,
Who you
tight end.
got?
I'm going Mark Andrews.
Over Hunter Henry against Atlanta. You saw what Jared Cook just did.
He caught a touchdown pass.
I think Hunter Henry.
What the fuck else did he do?
Mark Andrews hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's your argument. Mark Andrews hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
That's your argument.
You feel confident about starting that guy?
Who?
Him. They're gonna ease him back in.
Andrews, they're going to ease him back in.
He ran for 290.
Son, he didn't tear a ligament. He had COVID. You act like he got hurt.
Hey.
The fuck?
Hey.
He didn't tear a ligament. He didn't sprain.
Mac,
He didn't have a high ankle sprain, Twan.
Mac, who would you say? Who would you say?
Come on,
Henry or Mark Andrews? Mac.
Mac
You
don't
beat
know. Andrews, like what?
All right, Kylie, we get it. We get it.
Yeah,
the Saints
I like
defense against
Andrews.
Philly. I got the Saints defense against Philly or the New York Jets against the Seahawks. Who y'all got? Y'all got the Seahawks against the New York Jets. Or y'all got Saints.
Now you forgot Landry and Parker.
Oh, my bad. We got Parker against Kansas City. It's gonna be a shootout. Landry versus Baltimore.
Hey, people that don't know out there, hold on. Kansas City is number 5 against wide receivers. They're ranked number 5. So people always think it's sweet because they put up points. That don't mean you're gonna put up points. Like it's not sweet out there against Kansas City. You know they number 5, Tweez, because that's your team. You have Parker. They're number 5 against wide receivers.
Hey, what is Baltimore against wide receivers? I'll wait.
But I think Landry is a better player.
I won't say, but I think.
Thank you, Steven.
I think
that's like a toss-up right there. But I go a little bit favorite to Landry. Hey, I ain't turned Reezy. I'm just talking. Nigga, you know I talk my shit when I talk my shit.
You know.
Hey,
Reese, got him, man. See, look, nah. I don't want this because Twan tried to come in as the underdog, but then be the big dog. I'm not the
At the same
underdog.
time, you can't do that. You can't do that, Twan.
Pull the matchup.
You can't do that.
Underdog and be the big dog.
Twan want to come in as look. Twan want to come in as the underdog, but also think he's gonna win. Which one you want? Come on, I ain't gonna give you both. Come on, nigga. I ain't gonna give you both. Which one you want? Ain't no underdog story. Let's go.
I'm gonna win, and I'm the underdog.
Nah.
Bet with me.
Nah.
Bet with me. Hey, bet with me.
Yes.
Hey, look. Matter of fact, we gonna do this. We gonna do this for y'all.
F.
We gonna do this for y'all. Hey, we gonna do this for y'all. I got 10. I got 20 on win.
All right, bet.
All right, look, 20 on win. Hey,
Hey, don't do that, Eric. Hey, don't speak that into existence. Don't speak that into existence.
We need
Speak with the
Do not speak that into existence.
I'm not betting 1,000. But hey, still, look.
Yeah, this is great.
I'll take 2 side bets on this.
Hey,
2 side bets.
Bet your money.
The first 2 side bets. All right, Eric. I got Eric's bet. If somebody wants to bet against Eric on me, I'll pay him.
For 2 E's, that's too small.
You already know, Kylie. Kylie, you know.
I'm not betting on that
What you
shit.
trying to do?
I ain't betting on that shit.
What you trying to do?
Y'all go ahead and y'all bet
we
on that.
do
I ain't betting on
this.
that shit.
We can make our own my bookie
Dude.
right here.
Steven,
I got it.
Hey,
I
Steven got the dub. Who you got on, Tweez?
Or dub. What you got?
Bet the
Who you
dub.
got? I'll take a side bet. Who you got? We got Kylie. Say the wrong answer. Oh my God. All right, bet. That's what it is. I'll pay Kylie's dub too. But if you hey Kylie, if you lose, I want my money. But listen. Yeah, but he gonna take you.
Hey, Kylie, you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Kylie.
Hey, Eric, Toxie, I got your dub. Kylie, I got your dub too. But hey, dog, if you lose, dog, I want my money. And that's period, bro. Hey, we got an even matchup. We got a nice one going. Like I said, we're gonna make this interesting for sure.
Hey.
Yeah, it's going to be Dalvin Cook versus Tampa. It's going to be.
Hey,
X factor of matchup will be Dalvin Cook versus Tampa.
Bro, hey, nobody. Dalvin Cook is about to get 30 carries.
Hey,
He's going to do something with
those.
Money. He's going to do something with it. And look.
Eric Bowden. He ready.
Hey,
Eric ready.
Hey, and with me,
about my bread, dog. I'm betting it.
Hey, and with me, I have Adam Thielen also. So even if Adam Thielen gets him down the field, I just need a touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown from Dalvin Cook. Like, it works out for me.
Hey, put your cash.
It's going to be one of them getting it.
Cash app up there, man.
It's either going to be Dalvin or Thielen. One of them going to get it.
Keep the comments and everything. All right, bet.
What y'all Hey, Chuck P, I can't believe you, dog. I thought you were my man.
Hey, Eric, put your cash app up there. Money sign, whatever it is. Yeah, dog. Yeah.
Hey, we
got money going.
We letting them talk.
This is the show.
Look, this is
the show.
This is playoff edition. So
playoff.
we gonna steer off the script a little bit. This is the playoffs. This is what it is. So we're gonna steer off the script. We're gonna let them go at it back and forth, and then we'll get into it.
Hey,
We
somebody
gonna
be
take
sad as shit next week, man.
Oh, somebody
God damn.
Twan didn't make it to the show next week.
Hey, somebody gonna be sad off, man.
Family emergency. No, I'm saying.
Hey.
You gotta use the crib, but he wasn't here.
He couldn't make it today.
But hey, Eric, I see you, bro. Yeah, send me your cash app. Money sign Twan21A already. I want to send me the bread. Do your thing. But hey, hey, Kylie, you know that bread is coming. These boys seem shook. You already know that boy over there nervous.
Hey, nah, we went through the whole thing, mate.
We went through it.
We went through everything. Man.
We can get to the waivers. All right, we're gonna get to the waivers. If you're still out there, you're still playing in the playoffs and you need some waiver.
We appreciate y'all sticking with us too. This is great. This is great right here. I love it, man.
Good content.
All right, y'all.
So sad.
On to the waivers, y'all.
Hey.
First person I had on my list, T.Y. Hilton. Coming in at 47% owned. And he was, I want to say when the season started, was almost 100% owned, but he's 47. A lot of people dropped him, myself included. But these past 2 weeks, he's been playing good ball. He's been playing good ball, man. And unfortunately, he's coming on late, which I wish it would have been a little bit sooner, but he's balling out. So definitely that's probably the number one guy on my list to pick up as far as waiver priority, unless you need a running back. But then also Kiki Cutie coming in with 12% owned. If you can get him, pick him up with Brandon Cooks. For one, I think he suffered a concussion this past week. So it's still up in the air if Brandon Cooks is going to play. But if he's not, even if he does, Cutie is he's definitely going to be a solid play coming up next week. I'm not sure who the Texans play coming up, but
Watson don't really have nobody else to throw to.
Yeah. So
that's true. Yeah, Watson.
You gotta throw it to somebody. Yeah. So if
it's gonna be Cooks and Cutie out there.
If you're desperate,
Akins, but
if you're desperate, you got some injuries, you got this. Kiki Cutie could be a good start this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, you're not starting them over starters, but if you need them this week and you're in the playoffs and you're shorthanded at the flex, then yeah.
And then Ty Johnson, running back for the New York Jets. He was solid this past week. I was surprised that he got the amount of carries that he got. But he's a solid pickup if you need somebody to plug in there. That's definitely a guy that you could look at. As far as number one waiver wire priority, I'm not sure. I mean, depending on what you need. But if you need a running back to fill in, let's say like for one, Jacobs. If you have Jacobs and he doesn't play, he doesn't suit up. A lot of people picked up Devin Booker last week, so Ty Johnson could be an option that you could.
Hey, don't do that, Eric.
Hey, Eric. I like.
Hold on.
What's Eric saying?
I want to get back to the playoff.
Eric,
Another thing is,
Eric got me.
We drinking on Sean this week.
Same Tuck Peace tweet. His message too. Dalvin Cook not gonna cook. Please save that.
We're Reezy.
Save that for next week.
We're Reezy.
Save that for next week. I want you here next week, Tuck Peace.
We're Reezy.
After Dalvin Cook put up 28.
I think Eric meant to say he was smoking on Sean for this week. I think like that's what it is. You smoking on Sean.
He's smoking on them runs, nigga. What you talking about?
Sean P pack.
He's smoking on them runs.
Sean pack.
He had to come in. Nah, man.
Hey, Eric, you smoking on them runs?
Eric.
What you talking about?
We're gonna hold it down, man. We're gonna hold it down, bro. You see it,
Hey.
bro. You see it, bro. You see it, Eric.
Oh man,
wrong person
That
to get in,
motherfucker-
bro.
we definitely got to come back.
That motherfucker
Hey,
gelato.
Everybody know I'm the
The
wrong
moon
one.
rocks.
I'm the wrong one.
Eric smoking on all that shit.
We can go back and forth on this.
Hey Mac, we gotta put some clips together before we come back next week. When whoever wins on Sunday or Monday, there gotta be some type of clip. Some type of clip, man, that we gotta put out there before. Like.
Best of luck. Best of luck. Best of luck.
This shit is crazy, man.
My man, 100 grand. I'll punish anybody for you, dog. Hey, no boy, even John, dog. I'll punish anybody for you. But hey, still,
Respect.
win, lose, or draw,
Eric,
Hey,
I don't
son.
like that shit,
Hey,
Eric.
look. Next week, bottle on P. We going motherfucking. Hey, what you drink? What you drink, bro? We gonna have that right here. If I win, Eric, what you drink? We'll have it right here, I promise. Hey, but look, I'm talking big shit. Listen. There is a disclaimer. I'm gonna say it real fast, like they do in the commercial. Antoine Johnson might lose, but I might lose, but he might lose, but it's still get the bottle. Still get the bottle.
Yes.
But it's still side effects might be Twan might not be here.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me. You gotta be here. Don't be there. Don't do that.
It might be diarrhea, stick to his stomach. Never speak to his co-host again. It might be one of those. But hey, we got it, dog. Hey, listen. Yeah, let's win first. It's like you say. Hey, I respect that. Hey, my man always on the chill out. Game not over. Monday night game. So I'll tell you. I got on the bandwagon of let me like I'm not celebrating until it's 0-0. Yeah, I'm not celebrating until 0-0. So
no, fantasy,
the way it should be.
I respect that big time.
That's
Eric.
the way it should be.
Hey, everybody else, Kylie betting against me. I'll be there to bring you your bottle opener, bro. It's in my car. But hey, listen, bro. I'll be there to collect. I need my money, man.
I need my money on time.
On time. ATL. ATL, man. All right, let's go. Julian Edelman, and Jalen Reagor.
Yep. Julian Edelman, Jalen Reagor. Julian Edelman, he was dropped in a couple of leagues, man. But the matchups, I wouldn't start him first week of the playoffs coming in. Like, we don't know if he's gonna be back yet.
This week?
But it's a stash. It's a stash. So if you can stash him and see what happens. I wouldn't start him this week because for one, we don't know if he's gonna play, but he should definitely be back for the second round of the playoffs or the first round. If you still have one more game left, definitely try to stash him if you can. Jalen Reagor, Jalen Hurts was looking pretty good out there. He was looking Jalen Reagor's way. Didn't he throw a touchdown to him? I want to say.
But was that Carson or was that Jalen Hurts?
Like Jalen.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, so they may have a good rapport there, but we'll see. But definitely a guy that I would pick up as well. Anthony Fergusor at tight end with Jonnu. I'm not sure if he's going to play this week or not. Definitely a good play if Jonnu doesn't play. But if he does, then no. Logan Thomas, we saw what he did last night.
My man.
Logan looked good.
Washington football team.
Alex Smith is looking his way.
Shout out to the Washington football team.
Shout out to the Washington football team. They looking his way. That would be definitely be a tight end if you're in need of a tight end. That's definitely somebody I would go and grab. They're going against San Francisco, which I don't think they're that great against the tight end. So definitely I would try to pick him up. Adrian Peterson, I'm 50-50 with him. It all depends on Swift's availability, but I think Swift is going to play from the news that I've been hearing. So lower your expectations on Adrian Peterson, but definitely somebody that you can scoop up. Sammy Walkers. if you can get any piece of that Kansas City offense, I would say pick up Sammy Walkers because you never know just what's the way that the ball is distributed. I mean, Tyreek has been going off, so I definitely believe that moving forward, there's going to be some keys in on Tyreek Hill, so that Sammy Walkers that could be beneficial for him. So if you can get any piece of that Kansas City offense, I would say go for it. Sammy Walkers, last year he was good down the stretch in the playoff weeks. People don't really know that, but going into the playoffs last year he was solid. So definitely I would consider a pickup for him. Cam Akers, you saw a kick up in his carries this past week. He's only 35% owned in ESPN leagues. That would be a guy that could be a number one waiver priority if you're in need. I know I'm down there, but this is not in chronological order.
No particular order. No particular order. Cam Akers.
Yeah. Cam Akers could be potentially.
I'm not gonna say nothing else, but Cam Akers could be the guy. If I had to pick up,
if I had to choose Cam Akers or
the rest of the guys on the list,
Ty Johnson.
Nah, I think I'm going Ty Johnson over Cam Akers. Like, for real.
But Cam Akers,
I like Ty Johnson had 22 carries for 104 yards and a touchdown. Like Frank Gore's about to be out with a concussion. I'm taking Ty Johnson. I'm taking Ty Johnson, man. Taking Ty Johnson.
All right, we're going ease through the last three. Last three are not crazy. They're not crazy guys that I would like go put away.
No
number
clue
one.
who this guy is. Like
Chad Hansen.
No.
That's a punt play. Like if you're like in a 16 team league. And you need, he plays wide receiver.
What position
he plays wide receiver. But this is all.
So pick up every wide receiver for the Texans and win and pray.
This is a reach. It's a reach. This is
John
a punt play.
Able to do the waivers after this.
This is a reach right here.
I would say that 120 in the tug.
Even Mac,
what did he have that made you point it?
Look at that. Hold on. We'll get back to that.
We'll go. I'm gonna look.
We'll go. We'll get back.
We go look it up. Like we go look it.
But I'll go through the other two. Rashard Higgins. Rashard Higgins.
Hanson.
3% on Rashard Higgins. He was solid.
Where the day?
5 catches, 101 yards.
5 catches, 101 yards.
Hey, okay. All right. Okay. Nothing else I can say about that.
That's my fault for not bringing the numbers. Thank you for bringing that up.
Bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. But yeah, he was a solid play. But this is all based on if Brandon Cooks is available. But I mean, I don't know. We already know in the past he's had concussion issues.
Why wouldn't he? Is he hurt?
I was hearing that he had a mild concussion. That's what I was hearing. So
he probably be back.
But he probably will be back. But Chad Hansen, that's a punt play. That's like if you're in a 16 team league and there's somebody that you can come out there that you think can do the job, that would be a guy that I would go after. Also, daily fantasy FanDuel, that could be a guy that you pick up if you play that. So definitely Chad Hansen
Sleepers
at the bottom of the list. Rashard Higgins, he was solid. I mean, we knew Cleveland went off this past week, and Rashard Higgins got a touchdown. So that could be a good play coming up this week because we are.
Patrick, man. I like
Tim Patrick.
He's solid.
Tim Patrick has been solid.
Tim is a solid player.
Drew Lock be looking for him.
Yeah, Tim is a goal line receiver. If Tim Patrick is available in your league, he's definitely worth a stash.
Definitely worth
100%. He had like 44 yards last week. I played Tim Patrick. He was on the bench.
I think he had a touchdown called back.
No, yeah, 2 touchdowns though. But yeah,
he scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 catches for 44 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Tim Patrick he's a good player.
You want your guys to get in the end zone. He gets in the end zone.
He's a good player, man.
So that wraps up the waiver wire.
2 weeks ago.
Waiver wire pickups.
119.
You don't got to listen to me, but go with your gut. Whatever you feel.
Listen up, man. You need to listen to the job.
But yeah, Ty Johnson, number 1 waiver for me this week. Running back, Ty Johnson from the Jets.
So go with what you feel.
Maryland
guy.
Go
with what you feel.
Maryland guy.
All right.
All right, look. My starters for this week, I got Lamar versus Cleveland. Y'all saw Lamar last night. He went off against Dallas. I think he's back. He looks healthy.
This playoff
He gets a
schedule's
whole-
great.
He gets a whole another week. He gets a whole another week to prepare for Cleveland. Cleveland just gave up a big game to Ryan Tannehill. So just look for Lamar, and their defense is better, so they should be up. They should be running the ball. Whenever they run the ball, Lamar Jackson is involved. Ben Roethlisberger is coming off a bad game last week against Washington defense, the front seven. Shout out to the Washington football team. I'm a Washington football team.
Shout
fan.
out.
But Buffalo's front seven is not as good as Washington. So I think that they come out mad. They come out firing on all cylinders. They're playing for the number one seed in that bye. I think Big Ben has a big game. Deontay Johnson, Juju, and Washington, they get involved again. I got Tom Brady against Minnesota. Minnesota just got ate up last week by Dallas. A lot of people will forget that. Oh, no. Minnesota just got ate up last week. I'm sorry. By Jacksonville. A lot of people will forget that, but I think that with Tom Brady, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown coming to town. I think that they're going to eat them up. I think that it definitely is going to be a shootout. I think it's definitely going to be a shootout. A lot of guys scoring a lot of points in that ball game. I got Jonathan Taylor versus Las Vegas. I saw with Ty Johnson, Maryland guy, did against Las Vegas. Jonathan Taylor is head and shoulders above. I think that he has a great game against Las Vegas. He's been getting on track these past two games, also against Green Bay and last week against Houston. David Montgomery, I hate to say it, I was talking that bull, but hey, David Montgomery has shown us promise. For the rest of the season right now, through week 16, he looks like a RB1, top 10. And I'm saying that based off a 20-point performance 2 weeks ago against Green Bay, 22-point performance last week, and he gets another bottom tier defense in Houston. I think that he does his thing. All right. We got DeAndre Swift. If DeAndre Swift plays against Green Bay, you got to have him in your lineup.
Shit show.
DeAndre Swift is a very talented back. He's young. You want to get those fresh legs behind you for sure. I think that DeAndre Swift is going to ball against Green Bay. Green Bay is going to be looking out for Marvin Jones. If Kenny Galladay plays, they're going to be looking out for Kenny Galladay. A lot of it's going to be for DeAndre Swift. Their run defense hasn't stopped a nosebleed this
Except
year.
for Miles Sanders.
It is what it is. You know,
except for Miles Sanders.
And that's because the Eagles are misusing
Jesus Christ.
Miles Sanders. All right, so we'll move to the wide receivers. I got Antonio Brown having a huge game against Minnesota. My guy Chris Godwin is questionable going to the game due to getting pins removed out of his fingers. Yes, I think you should start AB. Start AB for sure. As you can see, I don't have no elite players on here because I think you should start all the elite players.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Antonio Brown should definitely have a big week on here. I thought about putting Mike Evans in this position, but Mike Evans scores touchdowns every week. I think Mike Evans is going to score a touchdown against them, and I think AB is liable to get a deep one against Minnesota for sure because Minnesota's defense is trash.
Question, Twan. All right, you said AB. Now I'm in my other league. I got AB on my bench, but I got Claypool in there. Should I start AB over Claypool?
I mean, who did the Steelers play again?
They play Buffalo. Would you put him in there over Claypool?
I would put AB in there over Claypool. Yeah, I don't even know who the Minnesota Vikings third corner is.
I don't know.
I mean, that's just a real question. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what.
And AB is like 2 weeks removed from getting what, like 10 targets against what's the name? The Rams, like 10 targets. So yeah, he's like 2 weeks removed from that. So I mean, AB is involved in the Tampa Bay offense. And if I see a bomb on AB, I'm throwing AB the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tom knows this. Like, hey, you're gonna be out there against John Doe. Who's gonna eat up? You're gonna eat him. I expect you. I will be willing to place a bet that AB scores this week. First touchdown this week. All right. Tyler Boyd versus Dallas. We saw Miles Boykin last night. Anybody see the game last night? That was their 8th wide receiver. Miles Boykin, I'm not really a believer in him, but if Tyler Boyd is out there, I don't think Dallas has much on the outside or in the run
Dallas
game.
Doesn't have much anywhere.
Yeah, Dallas is just Dallas. I'm a Washington football team fan, so I'm gonna say everything I can bad about Dallas. I'm kind of like Stephen A with Dallas. Like, how about the Cowboys, bum ass? But they're trash. And I think Tyler Boyd has a big game here against Dallas's front. Corey Davis versus Jacksonville. Corey Davis had 181 yards last week. I didn't know that. Oh no, 101. I'm sorry.
No.
181.
Yes.
Yeah, he had 181 yards.
He ate up.
I'm about to say
He
I
ate.
didn't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
but
he had more than
I think he
100.
I think he had 181.
Yeah, it might have been 184. Let me look.
Like we can
But-
you can really
Mm.
look into that CH. But family. But I think that Corey Davis had a huge game.
182.
Yeah,
182.
yeah. I was 1 yard off, but pretty much Corey Davis is involved in that Jacksonville in that Tennessee offense.
He's
I think
involved.
that he has a huge game against Jacksonville. Who can't stop anything. Dalton Schultz had a good game last week. The Bengals can't stop anything. I think the Bengals give up a lot of points to the tight end, so I think he has a good game there. Atlanta Falcons give up they're like second to last in the league in regards to coverage against the tight ends. I have Hunter Henry. I hope he has a great game.
I hope he doesn't.
I know my co-host. I hope he doesn't because I'm
Yes,
playing him,
yes,
of course,
this is
as you
great,
guys
this is great.
all know. But Eric Ebron versus Baltimore. I think Baltimore last night showed that if Dalton Schultz had a good game, and Eric Ebron was getting hella targets on
Hella
Monday,
targets.
on Monday night against Washington's great defense. Like, I mean, Eric Ebron is implanted in the Pittsburgh offense. I think he gets a contract extension. To tell you the
Yep.
truth, I think that he's involved. Like, he's an athletic young tight end.
Mhm.
Like, he's going to do his thing against Baltimore. Baltimore has 2 All-Pro corners that everybody seems to forget about: Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey. So it opens up everything in the middle. Like, Earl Thomas isn't there. So I think that Eric Ebron's gonna have a great game. Seattle Seahawks are playing the New York Jets. New York Jets are the New York Jets. And
Fucking Jets.
New Orleans Saints are rolling out Jalen Hurts. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles are rolling out Jalen Hurts against arguably the #1 defense in the NFL right now. So if you have the New Orleans Saints,
Let's go, Jalen.
defense, do not think twice. Start the New Orleans Saints defense. Might be a lot of fumble recovery for sixes, a lot of pick sixes out there. Might be a lot of get rid of it, son. It might be a lot of go down. It might be a lot of those out there, but you never know. San Francisco still has Nick Mullins out there. Washington's defense, I don't know if y'all seen the clip, but Chase Young is for real.
Hey,
Chase
real
Young,
deal. Holy
Chase
deal.
Young
The truth.
is the truth. He's taking our defense to another level. San Francisco still got Nick Mullins in there. Our defensive back, like 7 is doing a hell of a job. So I think that you need to pretty much temper your expectations for San Francisco's offense, and that's all I got to say right now.
All
That's all I
right.
got to say.
And that wraps up the. No, I agree with the stardoms. I agree 100%. I know I had Jalen Reagor as a stardom, as a waiver wire pickup, but that's if you need somebody a receiver. I wouldn't go and just jump and put him in the stardom.
Hey,
It's a waiver wire
Montez Sweat
pick.
is balling.
Yeah,
Reed.
Montez Sweat is balling Reed. Right.
Yeah, he is.
Call him the SWAT man. He swats everything. Can't get nothing over him.
But yeah, I
True.
definitely I agree with Twan's list 100%. There's no discrepancies with what he got up there. So
Shit, that list was some shit.
so we gonna move to the sit
We're gonna see.
Yeah, my nigga.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with Cam Newton against at the Los Angeles Rams. So, as many as you know, if you watch football, the Rams defense has been pretty much looking like a top 3 defense in the league right now, and they're giving up the second fewest points to quarterbacks right now. So, if I had Cam Newton, would you trust him in the playoffs? I wouldn't right now, but if you gotta
Hell
play him,
no.
you play him. But I would not. I would probably pick up somebody off the waivers before I start Cam Newton this week.
Would you go with Tua
I
over Cam going against Kansas City? I don't.
I might start Tua over Cam going against Kansas City, bro. Like
That could be that's a solid
Yeah.
question. But I mean Cam, I'm not rushing to start him.
nah.
Like if I can sit him, I would. Like I like Kirk Cousins going against Chicago over Cam Newton.
Over Cam, like against the
Like,
the Rams defense has been like tough. Like Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, like
Yeah,
nah, I'm not
I
messing with the
agree with
Rams
that.
defense.
I agree
And then
with that.
sit Jared Goff against New England.
Mhm.
Like Jared Goff is so inconsistent. Like He might be the most inconsistent quarterback in the league. Like, you never know what you're going to get out of Jared Goff. Because the matchup, say he plays a good matchup. He doesn't do anything. He plays a bad matchup. He balls. He throws for 300 yards.
Can't trust him.
You can't trust him. Like, all these players are not this is the playoffs. These guys are not to be trusted in the playoffs. Like, they're not. Go a different direction. New England is allowing the 5th fewest of points against quarterbacks. So Jared Goff is not a starter this week. Downgrade Deshaun Watson at Chicago. Of course, if you have Deshaun Watson, you got him early. You got him early, and you're starting him. But against Chicago, it's not a good matchup. It's tough to play in Chicago. They're playing at Chicago. It's tough to play in Chicago. You don't know the weather. It could be snowing out there. When it's the Windy City. It's not good for quarterbacks late, especially quarterbacks that's not playing like great. Like, he's playing good these last couple games, but it's been against bad defenses. Playing at Chicago, I'll downgrade him, but of course you're starting him.
Yep.
Miles Sanders. I'm sitting Miles Sanders against New Orleans. New Orleans has the number 1 ranked defense against running backs. And Miles Sanders in these past couple of weeks hasn't done anything. Nothing. He's on my team. He hasn't done nothing. Like, last week against the Packers, he had 3.1 fantasy points. Teams have been killing the Packers on the ground. Like, I don't know if it's the Eagles. I don't think it's him. I think it's the Eagles. It's the Eagles offense. They're not using him to the ability that they should be using him. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting him. David Johnson at Chicago again. Chicago at Chicago is tough. Either way is tough against Chicago's run defense. And David Johnson, he's been out 2 weeks with a concussion. He played last week. He fell into the end zone. I don't see that happening again against Chicago. So I would sit David Johnson against Chicago. Downgrade Nick Chubb against the Browns. Of course, again, you're not benching Nick Chubb. So, but the Ravens allowed the 4th fewest points to running backs this season. So I just, temper his expectations, but you're starting them, of course. Juju Smith-Schuster against Buffalo. Like, I don't know who's going to get the ball in Pittsburgh. Like, you don't know who's going to get it. And I think Juju's going to see a lot of Tre'Davious White this week in Buffalo. So I don't see him as a starter this week. Like, I like Claypool or Deontay Johnson over Juju this week. Brandon Cooks, like you say, he has a concussion. We don't know if he's going to play. But again, at Chicago, I don't like any Texans against Chicago. None. It's going to be a good defensive game.
Could be a sloppy one.
Nah, Chicago's giving up the 4th fewest points to wide receivers, and he's going to see a lot of Kyle Fuller this game. He's going to see a lot of Fuller. So I don't think Brandon Cooks is going to get it done for you this week. So I would bench Brandon Cooks. Downgrade Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp against the Patriots. I think Stephon Gilmore is going to be on Robert Woods. What's the slot corner's name again? J.C. Jackson is going to be on Cooper Kupp. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough showing for Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Goff has no one else to throw to, so he's going to throw to him. I just don't see them. You're starting them. Whoever has Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp, you're starting them.
Yeah, you're starting.
They're downgraded because
you're starting them.
You're rolling these guys out.
You're starting them,
but temper your expectations.
You're starting them for sure. Then we got Dallas Goedert versus New Orleans. New Orleans is what I think they're like number 3 or 4 against tight ends. And Zach Ertz is back. So that's going to limit Dallas Goedert. So you don't know.
And then Jalen Hurts is in there as well.
So
we don't know how he's going to do against.
They have a rookie quarterback starting.
Going to the tight end.
So I wouldn't trust Goddard in the playoffs. I would not trust him in the playoffs.
12 against tight ends.
They're 12 against tight ends. But I still wouldn't. I wouldn't trust Goddard in the playoffs. But tight ends are limited, so you might have to start. Evan Ingram. Arizona allows the 7th fewest points to tight ends. Evan Ingram, we don't know if it's Daniel Jones or Colt McCoy. Either or. Their quarterback play is very inconsistent.
I mean, he's coming off a game where he had 4 catches for 32 yards.
Yeah.
I don't
Evan Ingram has been very inconsistent,
I don't think much
and you
of it.
cannot trust him in the playoffs. But like I said, tight ends are limited, so most likely you have to start him. Downgrade Darren Waller against Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are allowing the second fewest points to tight ends. Don't think Darren Waller's going to go out there and score 44
Yeah,
points.
don't expect
Do not
38
think
points.
that.
Don't expect 38 points.
Do not think he's going to do that. Yes, he's the number 2 tight end. He's a beast, but
Then you going to get his average 12.7?
12.7. I see Darren Waller scoring about 9 points this week.
Okay.
I don't see a big game from Las Vegas. I don't see it.
What you think, John?
I don't see it.
Does he get the 12.7? I don't think he does, but I think he does fall into the end zone. I will say that, but I would go with the 9 points, because especially if you're in a PPR league, half point PPR league, I say he gets, I want to say six receptions.
I mean, a half point
5,
PPR,
6 receptions.
He might get to 12.7. I'm not gonna say he's
So
not.
it depends on what
I'm not gonna say
depends on
he's
what
not gonna
league
get to
you're in.
12.7 because
Half point
But-
PPR. I see him getting close to that now.
after last week, Nick, people would think Darren Waller is like a wide receiver 1. No, he's a tight end 2. Remember that. He's the number 2 tight end. Remember that. So it's up and down. Like, if you want to look at Darren Waller's stats, it's up and down for him.
Mhm.
Like 38 from him. That'd probably be his best game ever. I would stamp that now. Darren Waller would not have a better game in his whole career that he had last week. 200 yards? What tight end does that?
That's very true.
No one. He would not have a better game. That's his ceiling
Nah,
right there.
I believe it. That's his ceiling.
Yeah,
He
that's
would
a
never
ceiling.
have a better game than
Yeah,
that.
that's a ceiling. 200 receiving yards.
So don't
I
think you're going to get that
yeah.
every week. Like, all right, you're going to sit Miami against Kansas City. Everyone knows why. Kansas City is like the number 1 offense in the league. Yes, Miami's defense is playing well. This is why I have them on the sits because they're playing well. It's worth mentioning. Don't do it. Don't get cute. Find someone
get
else.
cute.
Find a different defense this week, please. Okay. You don't start any defense against Kansas City. I don't care who it is.
Mhm.
Not one. You don't start them. Like
What did I say, week 1?
you don't. You don't. You don't start any
Every
defense
defense
against
playing
Kansas City.
City.
You need a new defense.
They're gonna be in the-
Eagles defense against New Orleans. Like, New Orleans are ranked. I mean, Eagles defense is ranked number 11 right now. They've been solid, but Taysom Hill. I like Taysom Hill. They're starting a rookie quarterback. You play all phases of the game. It's not just defense, offense. I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to be a lot of 3 and outs. So I feel like the Eagles defense is going to be on the field a lot, which is going to give New Orleans the advantage to take advantage of their defense. So I don't think they're going to score a lot. I wouldn't trust them in the playoffs against New Orleans, even with Taysom Hill. Downgrade the Steelers defense against Buffalo.
I don't know.
Downgrade them. Downgrade them.
Josh Allen been playing
Why?
good.
They're coming out the worst game. They're coming out the
No,
worst game.
it's not they coming out the worst game. I like Josh Allen. I like Buffalo. Like, I don't feel like, I'm not saying don't start them, but I'm saying they're playing a good offense this week. One of the better offenses in the league.
They're definitely better than the Washington football team.
What do you think
offense.
they're going to
All right,
do?
so you think
And-
they'll put up less than 4?
And if
So
you
he'll-
and look, if you look at their schedule, like they play what offense are you fearing on there? None. They didn't play the Packers. They didn't play KC.
Baltimore?
But who feared Baltimore's offense this year? They're
Lamar
not,
was in there.
bro, they're not the same. Baltimore's offense
They
is
put
not
up
the
16
same.
against Lamar. They put up 16 against Lamar twice.
Bro,
They put up 16 against Lamar twice.
Lamar hasn't been a fantasy starter. The guy in our league has not been starting Lamar. And it's
just
been
saying, I'm
working
just saying.
for him.
But here's the thing.
Baltimore's offense is not the
John,
same as they were last year.
They're
bro.
playing the teams that's on their schedule.
Yeah,
It's not like they're picking.
that's
the
what
teams
I'm
that they're
saying. Now they're
playing.
playing one of the tougher offenses on their schedule.
Oh,
So
so
I don't see
they
it
never
this
played
week.
no tough
Who?
offenses.
Who do you see on there, Twan?
Houston's on there.
Who?
Deshaun Watson's on there. That's Deshaun Watson,
bro. All right.
top 5 quarterback in the league. Like they put up 9. That's respectable. You start with 10.
All right, we're gonna see this week.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
like, I mean, Deshaun Watson's on there.
What offenses do you see on there that you're scared
Baltimore
of?
last night.
Oh, you scared of Baltimore? Who's scared of Baltimore?
Bro, they have Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP.
Who's scared of Baltimore's
They put up
offense this year?
16 per.
Who's scared of
16 to
Baltimore's
16.
offense this year?
I mean, the other teams.
Do you see the Packers on there? Do you see the Chiefs on there? Do you see Pittsburgh on there?
It's 3 teams.
Those are high-powered offense.
Wait, is Pittsburgh on there?
Do you see Buffalo on there?
Who's
No, they
Steelers.
play nobody.
Steelers are Pittsburgh. I'm saying, like, what am I doing?
They play nobodies. You name
Right,
we
right.
want. They play nobody.
We gotta steamroll through this.
Come on.
I mean, I feel you.
Come on,
I feel
bro.
you. I feel
They
you.
play no high-powered
I feel you.
offenses. And the Buffalo Bills is the best offense they playing this year. Buffalo.
Cool, we'll see it.
So temper your expectations on them this week.
So, how many points you think?
5.
All right, I bet on that. Yay or nay?
No, I'm not betting. I'm not making.
Why do I want to bet?
I'm not doing that.
I bet
I'm
that they
not doing
score
it.
6 or more.
I'm
Like,
not doing it.
I heard 6 or more.
All right, y'all. That wraps up. That
Give me
wrap.
7.
Hey, that wraps it, bro.
That 7. I give you 7 more.
7. I give you 7. I gave you 7. No, you're done. You're done at 7. At 7.
7 or more.
7 or more for Pittsburgh defense.
You got 7 or more.
Yes. Yes.
$5.
All right, 5. So,
All right.
that's 2 quick bets. Me versus him and the defense. So we'll do this. Yeah. Hey, I hope you still smarter. Hey, Chewy, that's a hot nigga. Hope you still there. But still, hey, look, we got this, dog. We got this. Hey, let's wrap it up, John.
All right,
good show
yeah,
today,
yeah,
fellas.
it was a
Great
good
show,
show,
man.
y'all. Let's wrap it up. And then also, like, if y'all have any other questions, even after we end the show, y'all can still put them in the comment section on YouTube or on the live stream that we currently on. Just leave your questions. We're gonna give to them. And then also, if you have not subscribed yet to our IG page, go put in The Fantasy with SJT. Once again, The Fantasy with SJT. Give us a follow. Leave your questions in the DMs, and we'll make sure we get back to you with answers. And then also, it's Nation TV. Please go ahead and get on that, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, get all the updates when we drop them. And we'll see y'all next week, man. One love.
One love.
Good luck. Good luck, fellas.
Hey,
Good luck to
wear your-
everybody.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask as well.